Right, here we go. Path tracing update is here for Doom the Dark Ages. I've switched back to the 5090 because I honestly... I don't know, I can try it on the 9070 XT as well. Can't imagine it would be that great, but I don't think it's going to be that great on this either, to be honest. But we'll find out. Gonna do 4K first, 3040 by 2160. Do 4K native, and then obviously we'll check out DLSS and stuff as well. I think I'll leave it on TAA at first. The path tracing settings are here, so you can see that path tracing. We'll switch that on. It's also got... God, this game is so loud. Do let me know if this game's too loud. I've turned it down loads, but I can't even hear myself think. Looks like it's got two Denoiser settings here. It's got ray reconstruction and then Nvidia real-time Denoiser. We'll leave it on ray reconstruction. I mean, to be honest, let's leave it on that one first, then we'll switch between them. Ray trace shadows, all lights, ray trace transparency on, path trace water reflections, we'll switch that on. So we'll just max everything. Fully max it all. I have clicked apply, but I'm guessing it's loading. There we go. Do make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. Fingers crossed this doesn't crash. Game's way too loud. Is it still way too loud? Yeah, for some reason this game is just insanely loud compared to just any other game. I don't know why. It's like everything is turned up to the absolute max. I do actually, for some reason, currently have it on. What happened? Hang on. What happened? It's reset all my settings. It's tried to be cheeky there and put path tracing on it. It's tried to switch me to ultra performance, DLSS. That's cheeky. But I've got everything else is ultra nightmare too. So this is literally graphics fully maxed. We've got texture pool size set to that, which is the default. Maybe play around with that a little bit. Let's just double check again because it seemed to reset some of my settings. TAA. 3040 by 2160. Yeah, okay, we've got that off. Should be native with this. Let's sort the overlay out as well. Also, it is insanely hot here today. I'm a little worried about my 5090. I do have a portable air conditioning unit, which I have switched off because it's quite loud. If it gets insanely hot, I might have to switch it on. Because it honestly feels like maybe 30 degrees. So that means my 5090 will probably hit 90 degrees. If I had to guess. Jesse Gaming, yo. Camille, yo. You got 2 FPS with a 5080? At what, 4K? It's probably a VRAM issue though, I would guess. Let's have a look. Now, I have switched the game down, volume-wise. Hopefully that's a bit better. I can actually hear myself think now. Let me know. Hell, what? I don't remember where we left off.
I can help you target her location. And the Slayers, using the tether. Yes, that would be most useful.
GP burn, I hope not. If it was going to burn at any point, it would be in the summer.
No harm must come to her. She is the heart of art.
Smoke Dog, yo. Yeah, what was it, 33, 34? At the moment, it's in the cutscene though, so I want to at least see it in the main game. I'm trying to think what we got. What did we get native? Not native. What did we get like raster? It's like 70, isn't it? 70 to 80. Everything maxed out at 4K.
Of course.
The heart is found. Now give to me what is owed. Return our God to us.
GPU hot up what here? I mean, I'm fully expecting my GPU here to go over 80 easily. It'll be over 80 degrees within probably 15 minutes. Because we're pulling 580 watts of power. That's like absolutely insane. Like, there's no way this Founders Edition is under 80 degrees with that. Especially with the ambient temperature currently. Okay, so... yeah, it looks about... we're getting 36 FPS here, average of 35. It's obviously pretty low. It's not quite as bad as I thought it would be, though. Because I thought... I'm sort of thinking of, you know, Cyberpunk, Black Myth Wukong. They're actually more like 25 to 30 FPS, so this is a little bit better. Not going to be ideal, obviously, for a game like this to be at that kind of FPS, but it's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. We'll see. I'll play for a little bit like this. There might be some areas it's worse. I've completely forgotten all the controls again. Alright, I'm an absolute idiot right now. No, I've completely messed all out. Have to bear with me a sec. I can't remember all the controls, was it? Everything else on the GPU doesn't look like too bad. I was expecting VRAM to be a bit more. We're at 16.2 here, which, like we say, would have been probably, it's going to be an issue for 5080, which might be why your FPS is particularly lower than I thought it would be. I know we've seen that trying out path tracing on the 4080 and stuff before. So that would make sense. Power though is absolutely max, like 580, 585. I'd say the lows though don't seem that bad. 0.1% lower, 25 frame time. A bit choppier than it would be, I think, without path tracing, but not like terrible. When does this thing shoot green? Shoots it there, does it? That's a bit of a weird one. There you go, 30 FPS. Probably going to see 29 in some bits. Does anyone remember how I switch the... how do I switch... where is it? Shotgun. It's F. There you go, 29, dipping down definitely in the combat. Does the ray tracing add anything? What do you mean, like quality-wise? Definitely you can tell here with the... I always think path tracing just makes everything look really heavy. It just makes all the lighting look really heavy. It's probably the best way to describe it. There is definitely a difference. I mean, you'd need to really see it side by side, but you can tell it doesn't look like it did. Definitely a difference in the way it looks. Oh my god. 27 FPS. That's the lowest we've seen so far. So yeah, in some bits, it's because there's so much lighting here. Like, look, you can definitely... where was it was happening? Is it right here? It's because it's the combat as well. It's not really... The thing is, a game like this... It's cool to see it. It's not really going to benefit it visually as, say, as something as much as like Cyberpunk. It's like way more suited, the aesthetic of it. If you get what I mean. So, you know, even like Alan Wake 2 is a bit, I'd say less so than Cyberpunk. Because Cyberpunk just really suits it, the way the lighting is. Yeah, in these big combat bits, definitely going to get into the 20s, though. It's in that quite a bit. 27, 26. Probably the lowest. That's the lowest we've seen so far. Which isn't great for a game like this. Gonna want more than that. Is multi-frame generation on? No, this is full native 4K. No upscaling, no frame generation or anything. I'll try that out in a bit. What's it looking like on the stream? Does it look better than it normally would? Like, does the game look different? Can you tell via the stream? Calling my CPU a Leon Lee Galahad Trinity 2, I think is the actual. It's in the description. That's the like full tile. It is 4K, yeah. Yeah, we'll switch the settings around a little bit. I just wanted to get a rough idea what performance is like this. I think we've probably pretty much seen most of it. 25, 26 at its absolute worst, it seems like. Especially in the combat, it does dip into the 20s a lot. No! Oh no. Even Cyberpunk runs way better. No. So Cyberpunk with these exact settings is about 25 to 30 FPS. It's worse. It'd be worse FPS than this if you're playing with path tracing on. I think, in my experience, the two lowest FPSs with path tracing at native will be Cyberpunk and Black Myth Wukong. They're both about 25 to 30 on a 5090. So this is actually a little better. Seeing an average of like 30 upwards of like 35 average is going to be better than Cyberpunk with the same settings. You might be maybe mistaking it for like using DLSS and stuff. But once we get DLSS and stuff on, this will still have more FPS. Devourer of Gods, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, should we have a quick look with DLSS as well? I have got DLSS 4 overridden. Actually, I'll tell you what I want to do first. I want to see the difference between... Because I was using this here, real-time Denoiser. I want to see what ray reconstruction, what things are like with that. Does that switch my DLSS on, though? I forget if it's a requirement. You have to have DLSS on, don't you? Oh, it's just DLAA. Okay, fine. Let's just check, because it seems to restart my settings a little bit when I change those. So you can see ray reconstruction there. I'm hoping that gives us a little bit better FPS. I've got DLAA on here now. Still going to be native. I'll make sure I'm full screen as well, actually. I didn't realise. Shouldn't make any difference. Let's just double check. Just double checking because I wasn't full screen there. Shouldn't make any difference because I'm 4K on my Windows anyway. So it wouldn't make any difference. No, it's the same. What's hitting me? Hang on, get me out of this. I want to change the settings back. So let's have a look at... let's have a look with that on. So ray reconstruction. That's the only difference. We do have the LAA 2, which might probably drop the settings like the FPS 1 or 2. No, that's not really making any difference to FPS, is it? Might be a case though with ray reconstruction where I'm not sure what that Nvidia Denoiser is. I'm assuming ray reconstruction is going to be better image quality wise. I've not seen whatever that Denoiser setting is before. I would say this maybe does look a little bit... There's less blurriness, I feel. I feel like there was a little bit of blurriness with that other setting. Other Denoiser. Cyberpunk runs better because it has more path tracings, open world too. Yeah, but I'm talking about on the face of it though. Like you can't test those variables because the games are like fundamentally different. But just in the actual general context of how they run. Obviously this has higher FPS. If you get what I mean. There's no way to really test variables like that because every game's completely different. And it's also taken Cyberpunk a long time to get to that point. It was a horrendous game when it first came out. Shelton Yule. Oh, I'm dead. I forgot about those things. That's one way to do it. Get me out of there. Where are they? Did I get them all? So yeah, not too much difference there in terms of FPS. I do think Ray Reconstruction, though, does look a little bit better. It looks a little less blurry. I'd say maybe VRAM's crept up by about a gig. We're at like 17.7 now. It's a little bit higher than what we had. Down to 28 again. FPS overall, I think, looks fairly similar. Holy smokes, dude. Oh my god, 24 FPS there. That's the lowest we've had. Combat definitely drops it loads. I just ran into whatever that was. Ah! Mark, yo. Now, we do need to get DLSS on in a sec. This is try and save us. Let's try and get it on now. So if we just use... The menu feels really laggy. Now, this is DLSS 4. I've got it overridden. Apply that there. That's not going to be 60, I doubt. Oh, almost. Well, just about 60 there. That's pretty impressive. Just DLSS alone is giving us almost 60 there. Probably going to be average of 57. It's not going to be quite, is it? It's going to be just under. What's happening? Oh wow, this game's so much nice to play it. It is not nice playing this at 20, 25. Immediately better. And in terms of image quality too, I can't say I noticed too much difference between this and native with the path tracing. It really is such a massive performance hit though when you actually think about it. Path tracing on and off, it halves the FPS. What have we got here? Get that on. Game goes on, yo. Weren't you going to skip this test? What do you mean? Oh, what, from yesterday? No, I said I'd have a look. I said I'd see what I feel like today. Oh my god, there's so much going on. Can you imagine this bit at 25 FPS? Oh, it's bad. Still getting some quite aggressive dips. At 44 there, even with DLSS on. Still does drop down, especially when I'm throwing that. I don't even know what you call it. I'm like throwing the shield. is that? Oh my god. No! There's so much down there. Get rid of this thing. Will that even do anything? Oh, it's one of these sections where I need to get rid of everything. I didn't realise. I can't kill that one, can I? Which is the one that I can't kill yet? So to get consistent over 60, I think we probably have to use balanced, which we'll drop down into in a sec. We will check multi-frame generation and stuff as well after that. Feels okay like this though. Honestly, kind of one of those games where I'm not really paying attention too much to the graphics. I'm just trying to stay alive, you know what I mean? Is this the one that I can take out? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think we almost can. I feel like then that's the one that I can't take out. I'm honestly not sure. Get rid of these things. Don't think that's doing anything. I think challenge complete. I think it's got to be the blue one. I think it's the blue one. Yeah. There we go. No. Can I use the that? Boom. Finish him. Easy. Right, let's frame generation. Yeah, I want to check balance first. I want to just see what we can do without having to use frame generation. I think balanced will probably give us about 60, average at least. It does have quite big drops though in the combat, so it's going to vary probably a little bit. The bigger combat areas, I think it still might come under 60. You're seeing average 67 there, but that'll almost definitely in some bits I think still drop down under. It might be worth as well, actually, getting latency on. See if that works. The latency hasn't really been working for me recently. It goes to some like really weird numbers. Just bear in mind to have a look at the latency in the top right before we switch frame generation on. So at the moment it's about probably 30. Somewhere between 25 milliseconds, 35 at the moment.
Updating local map. One hell cannon remains.
Balance doesn't look good. It looks okay here. This is DLSS 4 though. It's going to look okay. It's going to look more okay with DLSS 4 than it would with, say, something like 3. It's still going to mostly look okay. It's only with DLSS 4. It's only going to probably start being a bigger difference at performance and ultra performance. $80 degrees, is that okay? What, on the GPU? Yeah. I'm pulling a huge amount of power here, and I've got the Founders Edition, so it averages about 80 normally. And it's about 30 degrees today as well. I do have a set. Oh, I've fallen off. I do have a separate stream PC, yeah. I can break armor with shield after heating them. Oh, well, like doing like the RAM thing. Like that. I think I do that. Just I don't like doing it with those because when you get close, they flamethrow you, don't they? Where are we? Yeah, look, 45 FPS there when I did that. Some of those, it does not look those effects. Like, at all. But we are averaging about 71. I can go over to that. Bit of an ambush. Where's my That's what we were on. Oh my god, that was close. Yeah, so it's like these ones, so I can crack it. Oh my god. That'll work with it. Oh, real nice. Decent. Oh god. Big boy. What on earth? Has anyone else tried this out yet with the path tracing? Oh my god, look at that there, 38. It really doesn't like those blue shields. When I do the blue shield, guys, when I attack those, it really does not like it. Like that there. Even one of them it's kind of struggled with. Okay. We need to get rid of this big thing. Where is it? Can I get rid of that yet? Oh, I think it's the one up here actually, isn't it? Need to get rid of that thing up there. Have I completed it? Why is the thing not, Oh, there's one more over here, no? Is it that? Can I fight it now? I'm not actually sure. Oh, I can. I'm just gonna get the big boy out. No! What's happened? I'm stuck. Boom. No, path tracing's on at the moment. Why is it? I am using upscaling. I've got it on DLSS balanced at the moment. Native was about 30 average. DLSS quality was about sort of 55 or so, wasn't it? Balanced is almost 70. Let's go back to... Did we want to maybe go back to native and try frame generation? It's not going to be that great though, just because it's the FPS is going to be so low. Where even is frame generation on this? Why can't I? Oh, it's here, that's why. Do we just go straight in with the ×4? So native here, 35 in this bit, like we saw lows of like 25 at its worst, probably an average of about 30 overall. And about 60 milliseconds of latency. This is probably, if we switch multi-frame generation on here, it's going to be quite rough. Would not advise in this scenario. Frame time obviously goes absolutely nuts. And I don't even need to look at the latency here, but I can immediately tell. I immediately feel it. Latency is... well, it's saying it's 75. We had about 60 before, didn't we? This does... I normally find when I start getting to about 80 milliseconds of latency, I can really notice it quite a lot, and it is hitting that here. Not going to be great for a game like this where you could definitely feel the speed. It's giving us about 100 FPS though. So from 30, 35 to 100, 110 is quite a big jump. Latency up to, yeah, above 80 here, so I really do think you'll feel the latency quite a bit. Go performance. This is K preset, yeah, DLSS 4. $9070 XT is 35 FPS at 4K FSR performance. That won't be with path tracing though. Path tracing on that is going to be, because natively 4K it was doing, what was it doing? Like, it was doing like 50, was it? Path tracing. Oh, maybe that is with that sounds probably about right with path tracing there. If you're using, what was it? FSR Ultra Performance or Performance, yeah, that probably sounds about right, I think, because to be honest, if it's at like 40-50, path tracing will over half the FPS on a 9070 XT, so you're looking at probably maybe like 20 FPS if you were doing it natively, or less, to be honest, because the VRAM would be an issue as well. There wouldn't be enough VRAM. Stream looks really choppy, yeah, because you're only seeing my native FPS. You're not seeing it. You'll be viewing like 30 FPS right now. Capture card won't pick up frame generated frames, so you'll be seeing what like the non-frame generated frames look like, basically, which was like 30 FPS. What the hell is that? Whoa, that didn't, FPS wise, didn't like that either, did it? This feels so laggy. Looks worse than 30. It could maybe be because I've got... Let me unplug my monitor again. It maybe I've got that issue. Hang on. That might actually... is that just fully... Oh no. Why did I do that? That's now reverted to... I can't even see the... I can't see. Moved it over to the wrong screen. Oh god. What on earth? I'm gonna have to quit. I can't even see the... Is that exit? I don't think that was the problem. I think it literally was just frame generation, because it always happens like that. I'll have to reboot the game. But yeah, essentially when I switch frame generation on, you're no longer seeing that. You're probably seeing about 25, 30 in that scenario. So it will look very choppy, but there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, this is like fully bricked. I can't get the game to open on my actual screen. It's opening on my capture card. What the hell? What? This game does this for some reason. Every time I try and open this game, it opens it on like the weirdest monitor that I'm not even looking at. I don't understand why it's doing this though. I've got my 4K monitor selected in the menu and it still opens on a 4K mirrored capture card screen. I don't get it. Why? I'm gonna have to unplug my capture card. Look, it's still doing it. Why? I definitely changed that, didn't I? Okay, now it's worked. I can see it. There we go. This game does, for some reason, have some weirdness with that. Because it always tries to open on my 1080p screen as well. Whenever I run it, it's almost like it forgets the screen, like the default screen. Or like your main display. It doesn't open it on your main display for some reason. Bit of a weird one. Okay, where were we? Sit on. Let's just see what it looks like now, quick. Game needs an update. The game literally just had an update. That's what we're playing. Path tracing. So yeah, look, I think I can see on the capture card, but you're basically just seeing it, what it would be like with it off, essentially. Yeah. It might maybe bug it more though, to be honest. Because it probably looks slightly better now, does it? I think it makes it look more laggy because it does something with the frame timing, doesn't it? So like frame pacing. I think overall, we'll check out ×2 quick, and then I'll check it out with DLSS 2, which should hopefully be a lot better. Just to have a quick look at the latency and stuff, so ×2. How come the capture card can't see the frame gen frames? Because they're like not real frames in theory. They're like generated frames. And frame generation is still much of a very new thing. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of like how it would even, I don't know capture cards per se, like how all the intricacies of it works. It might be a case of where capture cards just aren't, it is a thing that could happen, but it's just not there yet in terms of like the newer capture cards. Maybe it works okay, but you see what I mean? Because like multi-frame generation is a fairly new feature in the like grand scheme of things. That's only giving us about 50 to 60. It has taken my VRAM up to about 20 gig as well. And the latency's also not working. I'd say obviously the latency's not going to be as bad doing this ×2. It definitely feels pretty, I'd say, pretty acceptable, to be honest. Not as bad as ×4. That it's still coming out of the card doesn't make sense. Yeah, but it's probably not. It's probably maybe is capturing the frames, but it's the same thing with MSI Afterburner. Like, you see what it does to my frame time. It's probably capturing the frames, but it looks laggy because of the frame pacing, probably. Because it's the same issue with MSI, is it messes with the like the way it records frame time. It can't handle it. It's probably something to do with that, and it makes it look really laggy. So it probably makes it look like 20 FPS when it might be capturing all of it. If it could be something like that. It can't deal with actually what's going on. As much as like you're seeing with MSI, it's the same kind of thing. It just makes the frame time look crazy. So it's somewhat doable. I say 2 times. That's giving us about 50-60. It's probably somewhat playable like this. No real difference to image quality or anything. I'm not seeing any ghosting. Can I just jump that? I've got something in my mouth. I've got hair in my mouth. Look at that. Will this hurt if I go into it? Oh yeah, we've still got hotspot. I'll take that off. It's just ignore it. It's not actually. It can't measure it. Essentially, it's not actually 255. I think I'd have serious. I forgot. I didn't realize that was even on there. It's blocked on Nvidia GPUs, so it just sets like a default value, which is 255, basically. I think we did. That does hurt. Yeah. That's what it feels like with the 255 hotspot. It feels like this. This is what the GPU feels like. How do I get that key then? There's no. The key's actually in there. I got it. How do you get in there though? Stream stuck. No. Let's I want to now go. Let's get that off. Go back to quality and try it with some frame generation. Hopefully that should be a lot better, because quality was giving us almost 60 average. I mean, we're getting 60 here. But it gave us roughly under sort of 55 average, didn't it? Can I get the map? How do we get the map? How do I get that key then? There's a way above. Is there something, how'd you get up there? Toy found. That did absolutely. What did that do? Just spin us round. Okay, what's? Are they bosses in there? Oh, there's a boss up there. That's where are we? That's down there. Oh, I think that's where it's telling me to go anyway, is it? Well, 5090 Founders Edition. Let's get some frame generation on here as well. That should hopefully take us FPS pretty high. Get the latency on there as well. That's giving us 170. Feels mostly okay. What is that thing? No. It was 30. Yeah, like I was saying, it's because we got frame generation on. It's going to have that effect when I switch it on. I'll tell you what actually might be an interesting test. I wonder if I can, because I'm mirroring the capture, I wonder if I can... I don't actually know what refresh rate. I wonder if this... I wonder if this fixes it. That might break the stream though. What, 5090 Founders Edition? See what it looks like here. Is it the same? Or is it better? I think it's just the I think it's just frame generation just causes that. I have seen that before. You wouldn't, I mean, you'd only be able to see up to 60 anyway. You wouldn't be seeing 180. That's the thing, I think it is capturing all the frames, but it's the frame time, I think, makes it look laggy. I don't think it's not capturing all the frames. I think it's the frame time, it makes it look laggy. Getting about 180 though, 190. It's fairly okay, I'd say, like this. To play, you're not going to have really any latency issues.
Energy level stable at 92%.
Because you're seeing the same thing. Look at my MSI Afterburner frame time. It's like an absolute choppy mess. The lows look terrible. But then, like, when I'm playing, I'm not getting any stuttering. Like, in a normal scenario, that frame time would be unplayable. Like, you would have the most insane amount of stuttering if it looked like that. But I don't have that amount of stuttering, if you see what I mean. So that's just the effect that frame generation has on it. It just can't actually record it accurately. Because it's very, very smooth for me. King Killer, yo. But I can switch. We can switch that back off. It might be worth. See, look, it thinks I'm on my capture card screen again. It might be worth checking out 1440p as well. Might be worthwhile. See if it can do 60 natively. Still choppy, yeah, because I had frame generation on. I didn't realise that rocket's firing me. Bit spicy. What's in there? Is path tracing doable? This is DLSS quality at the moment. So yeah, I'd say it between 50 and 60 basically. 50 and 65, some is fairly doable. Since my name's Benchmark Boy, can you call me BB? You can call me whatever you want. Where am I? So it might be worth. I think I'm gonna try and drop it down to 1440p. Give me a sec, and I'll change it on Windows as well. I forget if this game does it allow you to do that. I'll change it on Windows. Hang on. So then we can just full screen it. With a bit of luck, we might be about 60 FPS at native. Make the screen a bit smaller, the overlay. Yeah, I don't know. With that frame generation thing, I'll have to maybe do a bit of investigation as if it's something that I can fix with the capture card, but I don't think it is, because it's not an issue when you record, because when you export the video, you can export it in 60 FPS so it looks normal. But obviously when you're trying to capture it live, frame generation just basically breaks it. But I wonder if there's anything, like, I don't know if it's like a setting or something I can change with the capture card. I honestly don't know. There's not really that much you can change with the capture cards, but I'll maybe do a bit of investigation, see if there is anything that I can do to fix it, but I don't think there is. I'm going to go back to native, so native 1440p. Everything's set to the max still, so Ultra Nightmare. I'm going to leave Ray Reconstruction on. Everything maxed out here, path tracing on. Water reflections on. DLAA, as I've said, 2560 by 1440 here. And hopefully, there you go, 64. It's going to still dip down though by the looks of it. So it's still absolutely brutal. Even at 1440p, yeah, at 56 FPS. Especially in those combat areas, big combat bits, it's going to probably maybe dip down closer to low 50s. We'll see if I can find where the hell I am. I'm trying to get to this boss bit. Is it up there? VRAM also still very high, 15.5, so still pushing on that 16 gig. If you have a 16 gig GPU. Where is this boss then? Up here. Quite low health, just realised. Where is it? GPU is melting. I'm melting. It's like 30 degrees. Feels like probably hottest day of the year. So it does actually hold up okay, doesn't it? It's not too bad. Pretty much holds 60. Average of about 60. .62 average there. How do I kill that thing? Probably not the best weapon, is it, that? This ain't going well. Gonna be hot by the weekend, yeah, it's gonna like... It's probably... I don't know, it's probably maybe 28 today. I think it'll be easily 30 by the weekend, which... It's pretty rough. At least I haven't got to work in that, though. Working at my PC when it's like 30 degrees is absolutely horrendous. In a UK insulated house. I did buy this portable aircon unit though, and it's pretty good, but it's just really loud. So I'm trying to avoid using it on the stream. Are these other bosses as well then? So I think overall, yeah, 1440p, do about 60. Although now I've said that, it does not like this bit at all. Look at that, 40. Is this, well, I was going to call it water, but it's not water, is it? It's blood. Or is it just, I don't know. But yeah, it really does not like that here. Look, oof, 41. That'd have been interesting to see at 4K. That'd probably be like 20 FPS here. It's all these ripples, it don't like them. It's kind of weird. Down here, look. Yeah, look, if I do this. Should it undervolt 5090? Yeah, we try and see stuff pretty much default though to see it at its absolute worst in terms of power consumption and stuff. At least you know what to expect, and then you can always overclock or undervolt or whatever you want to do from there. This is a realistic thing of if you're at 570, 580 watts on a Founders Edition. This is what you can expect. What's my USB version for what? Where have we got to go then? Where's it telling me to go? Oh, there's a door or something. Here we go. In we pop. Complete it, mate. It does annoy me when it goes back to the main menu every time. You have to just re-go into it. Guys, do make sure to drop a like on the stream. 41 likes of 100, it'd be awesome if we could hit that. Try some DLSS as well now at 1440p. I think average overall seems like it might be about 60 or just under. Quite a big improvement. Pretty much doubles the FPS from 4K, maybe just under doubles it.
System reboot in progress.
Just shows you how crazy path tracing is. Ah, it's one of these missions, is it? How much do I pay for electricity per month? Well, in reference to the 5090, it's not really that different. I don't really play that much. Like, realistically at the moment. It's not that different from even before I had a 5090. I forget how to fight these. How do you hit it? How do I block? How do I block? I honestly don't know. I might die here. How do you block? I don't know how you block. How do you block? Why does block not work? Space to dodge, is it? Thanks. I have done one of these missions before, but I honestly can't remember. Can you not block then? It literally goes... Oh, it is. Thanks. I assume there's no block at all, is there? That makes sense. Right, this guy's gonna get it now. There's way too many though. And I've still messed it up. Okay, one at a time, please. Easy. Electricity. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's going to really depend on how much, like, this week I've not even had the 5090 in. I've not even been using it, do you know what I mean? So, this is the first time I've used it. Probably since last Thursday, maybe? Like, or Wednesday or Thursday? Can't remember, but if you're gaming on it, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day, every day, then yeah, I could imagine it could start to rack up, but I don't really do that consistently like that anyway. Oh well, this is all going wrong. try and get through this mission and then check out some DLSS, because these missions are not really a very good example of what your performance would be like in an actual hand-to-hand gunfight mission. Beefy shotgun. Why is the frames low? We've got path tracing on. GPU, yeah, I'll try and maybe get my aircon on. Let's see. Try and bring temps down, hang on. How loud is that? Can you hear it? You might be able to hear it a bit. We'll see what it's like. At least I'll leave it on for a bit. Oh no, I've just fallen off. Okay, we're back on our feet, so let's check out with some DLSS quality on as well. So if you switch it to quality there, should hopefully, yeah, look at that, over 100 FPS now. Takes us from about 60, 65 we had, all the way up to about 100, 110 there. It's quite a big jump. Can we upgrade stuff? I don't think I have enough points, do I? Can't hear the fans. I think it is picking it up on my mic, because I can see it in OBS. Maybe it's just so quiet though. It's like ever so slight. You might not actually be able to hear it. That's good though if you can't. Is the GP fan at 100? No. It's just very, very hot today. Like ambient is very hot. That looks like a from Last of Us a little bit. Forget what they're called. I think frame time and the loads do look better at 1440p compared to 4K though. Looks a little bit more consistent. I really don't like this gun. I think I did actually buy the update for it though. Doesn't it seem to... it does actually. It drops the FPS by about 20 when I do that. When I attack those shield guys again, it still does that, doesn't it? Where have we got to go now? Pretty nuts that this still can't even handle 4K. I know path tracing is obviously an insane thing to try and run. But it can pretty much do it in any other resolution, just not 4K. 4K native is the only thing it struggles. You know, DLSS quality, as soon as you have that on, it's fine. Upgrade shield. Well, monitor, it's in the description, but I'm on an LG 4K Ultra gear, 144 Hz. Yeah, in terms of quality, it's going to probably look a little bit worse at 1440p because I'm on a 4K screen, but I do definitely think it is side by side. You can definitely tell the difference between path tracing on and off. 1440p, I feel like it has a little bit less of an effect, but it's hard to say if that's just the res or because it just things look a little bit less sharp dropping to 1440p on a 4K screen. Oh no, not another one. Oh my god. I thought I got him. On your overlay when playing Doom, it states 120 FPS for full 4K resolution, 144 Hz. What do you mean? What overlay? Let's have a look at... do we see frame generation quick whilst we're on quality? And then I also want to check out performance and stuff. Where is it? ×4, this should probably be pretty nuts FPS wise. We'll see. There you go, 300. Look at that. And I'm guessing, does this still look really choppy on the screen? It does a bit, doesn't it? I think it's just, honestly, I think it's the frame pacing, the frame time, makes it look really weird when you're trying to capture it. Can I go down there? No. No. Not quite getting full GPU usage here though, 93%. Still looks okay though, I think. Even with frame generation on here, feels fine. I'm not getting the latency like I was at 4K. And the thing is, you don't really need to... I'd rather switch path tracing off and not use frame generation, you know? I'd rather do that than have path tracing on but have to use frame generation. You see what I mean? I don't really use frame generation that much. What is that? Holy smokes. I was not ready for that. That has gone pear-shaped so quick. Oh my god. Oh, I remember doing this one on the other. How do we do it? Yeah, I remember you got to do this one. Is there health anywhere? Dude, that's crazy. If I just stay in the fight, you know what I mean? Ah, that was a bad idea. Boom.
Bishop Creative called a meeting with me. We need you at the command station. Opening a portal.
Look how much my GPU temperature's come down by switching my aircon on. It's come down by like 10 degrees. That's how hot it was in here. Any other settings you want to see whilst I'm at 1440p still? Maybe try performance out as well. Might even be worth seeing native quickly at 1080p as well before I've got to go. Let's just check performance and stuff as well. See what that looks like. And then I'll check 1080p native really quick as well, just to see what that can do with path tracing on. So I was just switching the aircon off for a little bit because it's really loud.
His Eminence, the Bishop Creed, has arrived. Access control zones in effect.
So yeah, 1440p there. DLSS performance we've got it set to. It's taking us up to about 170, 180. Where have I got to go? Oh, what was that use?
Access denied.
Oh, that's quite satisfying.
Access denied. Attack warning red. All personnel, please evacuate the facility.
Base is under attack. Scramble the air unit. All hands to battle stations.
Must be after the Creed. Breach. Damage on multiple levels.
Move the Creed to the command deck. Portal opening above the command station. Something massive is coming through. We need air support. Ensign, prepare the Slayer's Dragon.
Send me in first. I forgot you can shoot those things. Oh well. What jump on there? Shall we have a look at 1080p really quick as well? Because I'm kind of curious to see if it can deal with that. Well, it should be able to deal with it, but how much FPS will it give us? That's the question. Hang on. I'm going to go to just borderless quick and change it on Windows just so I can full screen it. And it's better to play like that. Make the oval a bit smaller as well. So 1080p, 1920 by 1080. I'll go back to full screen. Is this with path tracing enabled? Yes. Yeah, at the moment, yeah. I've got another stream where where we did it with the path tracing wasn't out yet. This stream specifically is about the path tracing update. I'm just quickly going down to 1080p to have a quick look. So 1920 by 1080. We've got DLAA on, so a native 1080p. And then path tracing here, so got path tracing, got that on, road reconstruction, all those settings are on basically. Everything else is maxed as well, ultra nightmare. Bear in mind this was, what did we have? We had about 30-35 at 4K, lowest of about 25. 1440p was pretty much around 60, averaged, some dips under. 1080p here has taken us up to about 100. We're at an average of 103. We are dipping under though 95. So another sort of 30 to 40 FPS increased from 1440p. This VRAM though, look, 14.7 still at 1080p. Oh dear. I think I might have to reset the game. That is an absurd amount of VRAM at 1080p. That is not good, is it? Absolutely do not like to see that. What on earth is hitting me? Oh, there's so much going on. Combat as well is dipping it down into the 80s there. Look at my power consumption as well. 1080p and I'm using 520 watts. Have you ever seen anything like that? That's absolutely insane. That is actually ridiculous. And I'm getting absolutely wrecked. Yeah, I've only just noticed that. Look, 540 watts at 1080p. It's crazy. Burner account, yo. How many Doom games are there? I don't know in total. I know of the three. They're 2016, Eternal, and this one. I guess that's 3. There were some older ones as well, wasn't there? Like older. Yeah, like in the 90s. How do we get in there? Do you need to play the older Doom games? No, I haven't. I don't think there is a story to it, but it's not like massively story driven in my opinion. I don't think you need to follow it like an insane amount. You can pick it up and just play. Come we upgrade? Is that the shotgun? Super barrel.
Communications are jammed. We can't reach Valen or Novik. Keep trying.
That's not good. Oh no. What have I done? You have to just send it. New weapon? Isn't that the exact weapon that I already have? What's happened? What's happened? The game's... something's happened. Has the game crashed? It's like it's still running. I'm not sure what's happened. I'm gonna have to alt F4 it. It was still running. It almost looked like it went alt tabbed. Okay, I think that's I'm probably gonna end it there, I think. Might as well, it's probably a good place to end it. Where it's just seemingly seems to have crashed. It's been alright checking this out. I might switch to the 9070 XT and have a look at that. It's obviously not going to be great on that, but might be interesting to see. There's some sort of comparison, we'll see. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good evening. I'll catch you later.